Hello everyone, welcome to part 8 of Build the Millennium Falcon, and in this episode we'll be talking about issue 13 and 14. I of course also have the magazines right here, but I'll put those aside and we'll just focus on the parts instead. So hang on while I open up issue 13 and we'll have a closer look at all the parts inside. Alright, so here are all the parts, and it's pretty simple with issue 13, and there won't be any assembly going on with this issue, but let's just go over the parts quickly. We get part of the framework again, so more stuff to go on there. Then we get some parts that are supposed to go inside the main hold. These things here that are in the description, they're called frame members, I think. Yeah. And those are supposed to go along the inner walls of the main hold, kind of to add some detail. Actually, they'll be probably holding these pipes here. There are two of these pipes. One is the upper one and one is the lower one. And inside these pipes, inside this bag here, there are these smaller rods rattling around. And all this goes into the main hold. Then we get 3 black fixing screws. Those are the ones that are used for the framework. And then finally we get part of the hull of the Millennium Falcon here. It's quite an ominous piece. I'm not really sure exactly where it goes, but it would seem like somewhere close to the center of the hull, I would suppose. This could be the circle surrounding the turret or gunner area. And that's basically it, guys. If we just have a quick look at the instructions, they go into even further details regarding the main hold. At this point, I suppose we have all these parts here, and the instructions basically go on to show you how to assemble it. But I've said it once before, and I'm gladly going to say it again. I'll hold on doing all this, still have an idea that I'm actually going to... I'm just gonna take the floor here. Going to prime this entire floor and also some of the sections that go on top of it. Prime it up and give it a coat of German gray. That is one of the colors that I already picked up from Tamiya. I showed you that in a previous video. And then once that is done, I'll do shading and dry brushing and all that, just to give this a more metallic looking feel, I suppose, and get rid of this plastic surface here. I might pick up some gunmetal paint or something and apply that as well, just to give it this metallic look somehow. But it does, the instructions do go ahead and show you how to assemble it basically. And there are some screws that are supposed to be used for this, just to make it really solid. And here you actually see what it is supposed to look like with the interiors here, the console, the playing area and all that, and the passageway leading into the passage tube. But I'm looking forward to actually getting started with painting and all that, but that will be in a following video. Alright, so let me just grab issue 14 here. Now let's have a look at the parts inside here. I can see a lot of small details and more of those cushions for the passageways. So let's just have a look. Alright, so here are the parts from issue 14, and as you can see, basically it comprises much of the same here. We get some framework again. We get this bag here, and we've seen something similar to this previously because it has the doorway along with the cushions. And it also has the inner frame or doorway for, if we take this piece here, for that room in here, which is the, they call it the Circuitry Bay Door. So we get the lining for this door here. This is the port wall, so the wall on the left side. And if you know your way around the Millennium Falcon, you would probably be able to recognize this room here, because that's the room where Han Solo and Leia have their kiss. And that's pretty funny that they added that little room. And then we get these 3 bags here along with these different types of screws. We get the black ones, we get some more of the brass ones, and the other fixing screws for the hull. And then finally we get this piece of the hull here. So yeah, that's basically it, guys. There's not really much assembly going on in this part here, but I would like to show you actually. I'm just gonna get rid of all this. I would actually like to show you the concept of the main hold. So here's the floor, and we already looked at this previously. So I'm just gonna see if I can do a dry fit here. I'm not gonna fixate anything right now because I don't want to glue anything. I don't want to spend time screwing anything in place or anything like that. But as you can see, I have all the parts now that I can almost fix or set up the entire main hold. I think I actually have all the parts across the previous issues. So this goes in here. It's a bit tight, but I think, yeah, there we go. And you can actually screw the walls together in the sides or on the corners here. And then we have more small parts of the wall section. I think this must go here. And then we have this piece which goes here. And then finally this piece that goes here. So that's basically it. So this is actually the size of the main hold. And then of course we have this section here which goes into this corner. This thing here from last time goes in here somewhere, I think, like that. And then we have the bunk bed thing. I'm just gonna quickly assemble it if I can. Yeah, there we go. And it just fits in here, something like that. And then the frame for it, like something like this. And there are supposed to go these cushions inside, by the way. So it just fits into that corner. And then again we have the support for the seating area. So fits something like that. And then the console here, which goes over here, somewhere over here. I'm just gonna put it there. And then finally the table. And of course we don't have any of the cushions or anything. And there were those pipes from the previous issue, and they're supposed to go on this wall here. So this is basically what the main hold looks like. It's obviously missing a lot of details, all the small greeblies and all that are supposed to go on the wall, and of course the cushions along the passageway and all that. And then there are going to be a tube leading away through this doorway here into the path that are leading to the cockpit and all that. So this is basically it, guys. And as I've said before, I plan on kind of giving all this a coat of German gray from Tamiya, and then adding weathering, shading, and dry brushing some metallic variations into it. But I'll show you that once we get there. I still need to pick up some things, some materials and some tools for that. But that will definitely, I'll dedicate probably a whole video just for that in a future time. So I think that basically wraps up this part here, this part 8 of my series. And hopefully we'll be doing some more assembly with the framework in a coming video, but I haven't really checked the coming issues yet, so time will tell. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed watching this, even though I'm not really assembling much right now. This series of videos is not really meant to be instructional as such. It's just me kind of doing a status report of what I'm doing with the build and my experience with getting all these new issues and having a look at the parts that are inside of them. And of course I'll be sharing my thoughts and experiences with trying painting stuff and all that, but I'm inexperienced, as I've said before, so you shouldn't really take my videos as instructional, more so as just me sharing my experience with this and having a fun time while doing that. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in my next video.